I'm Woody and Tony Kennedy and my bro Chris right here. We brought in 176 carded vintage Star Wars figures, plus a whole bunch of loose stuff and loose figures, loose and box ships. And, we're gonna pull them out and get started here. We got some Uzay, we got some Herbert, we got some Czechoslovakian, Hungarian, and you name it, some 12 backs, 21 backs, 20 backs, Star Wars Empire Jedi, Power of the Force, Tri-Logo, and I miss it. I've been collecting since 1988, my sophomore year in high school.
That was a perfect.
And never stopped.
That's your glass light.
I still have my originals that I chewed on when I was 8 years old, back in, 77, 78. Yeah, I got a glass light, yeah. But there's so much Star Wars. Matter of fact, we started selling our 95 and up stuff current. We made $66,000 off eBay since August of last year. That all went to help save my brother's house from foreclosure. The toys are paying off.
So is it a little overwhelming when you get a collection in like this?
I don't really know what's in here, so it's just have to go one by one.
You got a notepad, or are you going to keep it on a calculator?
I'm probably gonna do that because I'm not sure what kind of quote they want. So.
Oh, you already got one of the Uzays?
Yeah, it's not great and it's sealed, so I just have to do a little bit more research. It's just this was on the side too, and the bubble's yellow and it's very dented, so they're just extremely fragile, as you know, with our blue stars in there. So
it's really hard to determine a value on something that doesn't come around very often.
I have to look at different auction sites. And
do you have a general idea of what they're looking for?
I don't even know what's in here. He only sent me a picture of the white boxes. It just showed up, so.
While Sean goes through that other collection, what are you doing?
Oh, I'm just going through another collection that just came in. It's a little bit more modern stuff, so I'm gonna take a look at it. There's a little bit of everything. Legos, Star Wars, wrestling, a little bit of Marvel Legends, some NECA horror, Batman and animated figures, all sorts of cool stuff.
Buying a collection, buying a collection, buying a collection, buying a collection.
I love spending Sean's money.
That's what we do here. Hopefully we sell some toys too.
That collection that you just bought does have some cool pieces.
There's some pretty cool stuff.
Oh, the Pokemon collection or the other collection?
No, this is a new one. Yeah, which one did we buy today?
I don't know. I've been back here all day. There's some Kenner autographed General Medane figures.
And which boxes did you go through already?
These three. There's Glassite R2, some Uzay stuff, a lot of Palatoy, some Kenner, some Takara G.I. Joes.
We got Prune Face, Return of the Jedi, the Anakin Skywalker. Now, all of these are in some type of case or display, but none of them are graded.
None have been graded yet.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's something that Sean's going to need to kind of keep in mind while pricing these, because they essentially are just carded figures. Cool, but the process of going through and grading these is very, very time-consuming and expensive.
Well, I don't think any are really grade-worthy.
You haven't ran across any that are grade-worthy? And then even signatures on things like this, it doesn't really mean much if you don't have any proof of that signature, because you don't know when they came through. And I'm not trying to be a negative Nancy, I'm just saying it how it is. So this may be a long video.
But you'll at least get to see some product.
Yeah. And that's all we can do.
With the next time.
Yeah. Oh, this is one of the Uzay ones, so be very, very careful. And this is the Stormtrooper that I think we were looking at before.
A little scary.
Yeah, a little scary to look at, but it's got the bubbles yellow, but still, at the end of the day, this is a very cool piece. Again, being super careful with everybody's stuff. Check that out. That's something that you definitely don't see every day. Have you ever seen something like this?
I've had the whole set before.
Oh, really?
Back in, 94, I had the 10-pack. I think back then I bought for $500.
Wow. Now, what does something like that go for now? Depending, just say on kind of average condition.
Well, I think there's 2 or 3 of them in the world.
What?
So you have to. I think back then I sold it for $5,000 when I was a teenager. I mean, that's probably gonna be something sold on the secondary market. I don't think one has come up at an auction house. So, then again, it takes that right person that buys bootlegs.
Very true. This is really cool too.
I mean, that's the kind of stuff I collect. I collect foreign stuff. But sometimes, it takes that right person to collect foreign stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I trade all my foreign stuff for the rocket firing boom.
Is that what you did?
That is what I did. Check out that blouse.
That's cool. All right, so now you guys have seen everything in this box.
You don't like that Lobot?
No, I love Lobot, but again, we're just... Here we go. All right, this is the G.I. Joe portion.
You're going to be caught up real quick, Dave.
Trying. All right, this is... what is it? What kind is this?
Takara is from Japan.
Nice.
It should tell you how many figures are on the back. At one time, I think at the first location, I actually had a whole run of them.
Wow.
And I tried getting a set of the graded vehicles, and they started opening the boxes, so I was like, I'm going to stop doing that.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a little bit cheaper way of getting the whole run.
Oh, so these are actually cheaper?
If you don't mind foreign language on it.
I think it looks cooler. I would have thought that it would have been more expensive. I mean, here's another thing going through this collection. If I'm narrating it, I'm about to show my cards, and everyone's going to realize how little I know about this type of stuff. I enjoy it probably more than the average person, but I obviously am not that knowledgeable on the G.I. Joe or the Star Wars stuff.
Well, we can get you into it, Dave.
Yep. And I think this character's name is Jeff, if I remember correctly.
Or
So.
Destro.
Right.
If you look at his final card.
Yeah, just playing, dude. I know it's Destro. That was a little fun fact.
Here's a fun fact. It's Destro.
All right, is this one of the Minnie Mouses? I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Sean's gonna be like, yeah, we're done showing this collection. Get out of the office.
Anyway, we're the other media guy.
Yeah,
I had to go to see the dentist.
Yeah.
What does it mean to be graded, Dave?
It means that somebody who is somebody is looking at it and saying, this is better than the other one, so here's that price. Essentially. Because at the end of the day, like, it all comes down to whoever's doing it.
Back when I was collecting foreign figures, like, this is what I would look like. Or not look like, look for. So you got the Tri logo, A-Wing pilot. And that's the Dutch Clipper catalog that they stuck to the back of it. So it's a little extra foreign flair to the back of it. So
You still get excited seeing like the little add-ons, like the mail-aways and things like that.
I do, yeah. Because I mean, that's what I basically collected back in the day, was just a whole lot of foreign figures.
So do you have a preference over like the detachable limbs C-3PO or the non-detachable?
I mean, I guess it's cooler than loose legs. I mean, those seem to be held a little tighter when you put the legs or joints in or whatnot.
Yeah, I think they're pretty cool.
Limbs pop out of there as well. It's been a while since we've had one that's going to make a shot.
Yeah, the droids that's a pretty rare run, right?
Yeah, it's towards the end of the run.
They were there when they had the cartoon going and everything. Did the cartoon ever do well? That was kind of your time frame, right?
I didn't watch Star Wars till 92 when I was... No, maybe 91 when I was 11. Joel Gonzalez bought some of the toys, and then... Because we grew up with mainly G.I. Joe in the neighborhood. We had like 30 kids that played with G.I. Joe or whatnot. And then I was like, dude, what's that? And he's like, this is Star Wars. I was like, what's Star Wars? And then my dad had a bootleg copy on Betamax that his coworker at Salad Master paid $100 for. My dad never watched it. He's like, here. And I watched him, like, let's go up to Lone Star Bazaar. He's like, they're only open on the weekend. I was like, dope. I had to wait few more days dreaming about Star Wars, and then I was hooked.
Free coin with proof of purchase.
Nothing's
Nothing is free. That is something that I learned at a very early age. Nothing is free. Everything comes with a price. Okay, moving on to 2 more boxes that we're going to go through real quick. And this is the Power of the Force ones with the coins. Is that what this whole tub is right here? Did you look through? Or I know you did look through, but do you remember?
I think so. I know there's a Window General in there with the clipper offer on the back.
And then you got the Tri logo. Is there a yak face in here?
I haven't seen one yet, but the day's not over yet, so I have quite a few more.
Yeah.
Then we will also see how realistic those numbers are once I get done looking at every single recently sold item.
Yep.
That's what I base my prices off of, what stuff is recently sold.
Go through. Boom.
Time I get done, it's probably
Yeah. There you go. There you go. All right, take it apart. Old bib Fortuna.
That's autograph.
Yeah, there's a little bit of an autograph thing going on there. It's pretty cool. Again,
Cool.
how do you value autographs if you have no COA or anything like that? Do you assign a value to it? Do you put
I
in?
think we hard enough to take a $10 or $20 signature.
Yeah. So it doesn't add that much value, is what you're saying?
But we don't sell the autographs for too much.
Yeah.
Over, so. Unless it's, someone that, like Mark Hamill or Carrie Fisher, we'd have to look up and see. But I mean, if it doesn't have a COA, it'll have like PSA DNA or something. That's going to be a little bit harder to
Evaluate.
correct.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Hamill charges like, how much he charge? Like $700.
All right. So real quick, we're kind of taking a break so you could go through all this box stuff.
Mm-hmm.
See what we're looking at. So that is getting some discoloration for sure. Because those used to be pearly white, right? Or am I wrong?
I mean, it was always like we can just open up the factory sealed case and go
Yeah,
to
that'd be a good idea. The graded factory seal case that you got.
We gotta sell them somehow.
But this on the box is more in tune with what they should look like.
I mean, it's always been like a little slightly off-white color. There we go. See, Dorian didn't want to go through the open boxes.
And then did you see this one too? Got the Imperial Shuttle. This one is opened. Boxes. That's what I'm looking for. Did you look in this one?
Not yet.
Oh, this one looks to be just complete in box. Unused stickers.
Okay.
It does have this one's complete in box. Looks like it was never opened. It does.
I've never seen them stuffed down there before. It's usually just in the center of the... So yeah, that has been open, but let's see, windshield, those have been... So all those little parts would have been in the bags too.
Mm-hmm.
So, I've never seen that. How was this?
So it's been open, but looks to be fairly complete.
Mm-hmm.
We got Chief Chirpa.
Complete set of the droids and Ewoks. I think there's like 3 complete sets.
Yeah. I love the Ewoks, man.
Have you seen the 2 movies after Jedi? Caravan of Courage and...
No.
So you don't love that one.
No.
I thought we were trying to bond here. Threw me under the bus there. And I'm back to kind of liking the Ewoks.
Yeah. I like it. I'm more of just a fan of like the Ewoks figures in general. I think they're
You should make
pretty
a horror movie since they're cannibals.
Yeah, I would.
You walk in there.
But I'll go ahead and go on to this box while Sean is pricing those. Now, if anybody is watching this, you can go to DallasVintageStories.com. There's a high chance that a lot of the stuff that you're seeing is already available on there. And by the time you're seeing this, if a deal is made on this collection, Sean's going to get hard to work at putting a lot of it on there.
Yep.
Sean is the
website.
Yeah, Sean is the website, and Sean's favorite thing outside of spending money is making it. So as soon as he spends it, the first thing he's looking to do is get back. That is true. That is true.
It's like, is this new? No, it's been there 6 months.
Yep.
You gotta put it on the website.
Yeah, that's another part of like actually loving this type of product. Is sometimes
if you don't see it, just ask. It just might be in the. I mean, we have the G.I. Joe Defiant that just got picked up today, and that was just sitting back for 2 months.
So this is the tub that Sean's going through right now. We have more Tri-Logo stuff. Very, very cool pieces. What else does he look like to you? When you see that figure, do you think of any other figures?
The old man, maybe.
Yeah, I guess so. He looks like the dude from Clash of Titans.
Oh.
He does. Can't say he doesn't. All right, and in here, I'm gonna go ahead and show these off. First off, we have 1 case, 2 case, 3 cases, and so far no repeats on the case. Oh, there's our first repeat.
Dave, which case is the rarest one?
No, dude. And then there. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
1, 2, 3, 4.
And 6 cases. I think all of these do have loose figures in them. And in terms of
Just
the
artwork on top.
yeah, no, I know what you mean.
Okay.
Man, I don't know. Is it this one?
Yes.
Yeah, I thought so.
That's a banger.
That's a banger.
That's a banger.
That's pretty cool. So Craig and I actually have an ongoing thing where, like, whenever I see a Star Wars case, because like we lucked out on a case one time when we bought a lot, and I had no idea on values, but like as I was going through the lot, I found it and I was like, "Yo, this one's worth a lot of money, dude." And like I made a good amount of money off of it, but I don't have the memory retention like you do to hold on to stuff like that in my brain.
Or I go like this, my eyes flicker, and then the Matrix happens.
Well, you constantly are going through collections, so I think it's just natural that you've been doing it for 30 years and all that. But like for me, I just always say, "Hey, Craig, is this the case we want?" Whenever we go like yard sailing or anything like that.
You and say yes, and you buy all the incorrect cases.
No, because we work together on a lot of things, so that wouldn't do him very good service. Going through another one right here. This one's cool because it's got some of the paperwork inside of it, and it actually is.
Yeah, those $8 Yodas in there.
Yeah, got a couple $8 Yodas that we're about to show you. So it looks like when these were picked up originally, they were $8.
Comment below.
Complete.
Did they overpay?
Yeah, did they overpay for these? Who knows?
He said he started buying in '88, so it could be early '90s. Does anyone remember the prices of the Inner Star Wars Loose Complete in the early '90s?
Yeah. This is brown snake and orange snake Yoda.
What's the price on the brown snake? Does it have a
$8 as well.
Wow.
And then underneath, we got a few more. So this is going to be a batch that Sean's going to need to look at. And then you got these right here, and empty on the bottom. So we got 2 in here. So. All right, and this one is stacked with figures. We got the Boba. This one looks like the rocket's about to fly out. Just kidding. And then a couple more under here. And there's that collector's coin. So what's the deal with the collector's coin?
They made 62 of them and bought them all, and then there's we have the pitch coin, and we got the 63rd prototype coin as well. So some of them came on cards, some of them were overseas, some of them you can mail away, and about 7 to 9 different people actually wrote in back in the day. You could actually buy the whole set for about $6 to $8.
Okay.
Now the whole set is worth over 20 grand.
Wow. So if you can get all 62 of them together.
So take that Bitcoin.
Yeah. All right, and we have 4 more boxes lined up right here. Now again, all of this stuff is just kind of in acrylic and wrapped. None of it's graded, but it is still some really cool stuff to look at. I mean, really, I could kind of just show you right here what they are, because these ones are labeled. They got the Emperor offer down there. That's really cool to see. And so far, looking through these, I see no lies. They're all kind of the same condition. So these might be a little bit faster for Sean to go through, because he'll be able to search it by the top, which is pretty nice. So this one should be fairly quick in terms of evaluating. And then if there's anything that's a little bit too crazy, then the inspection will need to be a little bit more detailed. This is the collection that never ends. Condition-wise, they all look to be about the same. Royal Guard. Got a Stormtrooper with some Toys R Us stickers on that one. Admiral Akbar sign. Another Admiral Akbar sign. Another Admiral Akbar sign. That's a really cool card right here. All right, and then here we have the final showdown of this collection. So again, here's a wide of the collection. There's Sean standing up, valuing it because his back is screaming right now. We got that scooched up to make it a little bit easier. But here is what this collection looks like in kind of a wide. Now, it's a pretty insane collection. However, this is something that DVT is very used to getting in because of how long Sean has been doing this. So they do have a lot of these already in stock. So whether or not this collection comes to fruition at the end of this video or not, you are able to buy all of these things on DallasVintageToys.com. That's the collection, guys. So I think you've seen everything in this entire collection. And now Sean's got a little bit more work ahead of him, and then we'll figure out if a deal is made. All right, so
What's up?
all right, so no deal?
No, I mean, I looked up each item, same condition, what it goes for, and they said our number was way low. So, I mean, they probably don't want to move it at current market price. I mean, it was just like a bunch of, yellow bubble type stuff, and nothing was graded. There was a lot of condition issues. I mean, it would be like a entry-level type collection. I mean, nothing wild or whatnot. Some stuff is cool. I mean, it was like discolored on the inside, so I mean, it's just and without taking them out of the bags, and then acrylic, which I've never seen for like non-graded figures. And then there were a couple recards in there, and some of the stuff was like glued back to the bubbles. I mean, there are issues.
Sometimes it just doesn't work out.